Hello everyone, Craig Ripley here. Welcome once again to Living Off the Slab. So today I thought we would tackle a topic that was brought up by one of my Facebook friends and fellow moto masters, that is, we guys over 60 years old, who are still riding motorcycles. And he asked me if there was anything that has changed over the years with my motorcycle riding now that I am up in that 6th decade of life. And I thought, hey, that is an interesting question. Why don't we do a video or maybe even a series of videos on that topic? Now, one of the reasons that I think that this is a good time to talk about this subject, well, is because of this thing right here. Now, if you've been following my channel, you know that I recently had a little get off on my Yamaha WR250 here. I ended up going down, the bike fell on my foot, and well, I broke my 4th metatarsal of my left foot. So I just got out of this little air cast. I still have a couple of weeks to go before they re-x-ray me, so I won't be doing any riding for a while, so I thought this might be a good time to broach this topic. So before we get going on this topic, let me stop and do a little plug here. Right? Because see, this channel has always been about trying to encourage other people to get out there and live their motorcycle touring dreams. Right? Get out there and do that cross-country trip or ride to Alaska or do whatever it is that your goal is. So I've done these videos as well as some of the other materials like my little ebook and so forth with that goal in mind, to help other people get out there and achieve their goals. So to do that now, what I've done is I've taken some of the trips that I have put together over the years, my 60-day trip, my trip to Alaska. I took out the Pacific Coast Highway as well as the Blue Ridge Parkway, and I did an amazing loop through Utah and Arizona that leaves out of Las Vegas, Nevada. And I put all of those things together in little packages that can be downloaded right off of my website at www.livingofftheslab.com. Now, I'm asking $1 a day for these trips. So if it's a 60-day trip, the whole package is only $60. A 5-day trip is $5. So I'm not asking for a ton of money here because, again, my goal is to get you guys out there and achieving your dreams. And if I can help by providing this stuff and also help pay for this channel and keep these videos coming, well, then that's a benefit as well. So check those out if you're interested. Like I said, you can get them right off of my website. So I guess the most obvious thing that has changed in, say, the last 10 years is experience. Right? I have gained 10 years of experience in riding motorcycles. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that myself or anybody else who just rides for 10 more years gets any better. Right? Getting better requires some effort and some practice. So to illustrate this, let me give you a little bit of background. I've never really talked about this about myself before, but when I was younger, when I was about 15 years old, I spent, well, about 20 years of my life practicing the martial arts, right? And I got my black belt, went up through the ranks, did some full contact fighting, all kinds of things. It was just a really big part of my life, said for about 20 years. Then, of course, I got into other things, bicycling, now eventually into motorcycling. Now, one of the big lessons that I learned from the martial arts was that just showing up for class and learning the lessons that you were being taught every time, well, that didn't equate to you being good. Right? Sure, you could move up in rank, but again, that doesn't mean that you were really proficient at your skills. In order to do that, you needed to spend the extra time after class, right? You needed to go and you needed to seek out the guys that were better than you. You needed to spend years literally getting your ass kicked by these guys until that one day when you didn't anymore. And for me, I approach motorcycling the same way. Sure, I can gain 10 years of experience of doing some club rides and doing charity rides and things, and all that is great and all that is fun. But if I really want to become proficient at it, if I really want to be skilled at it, well, it requires some work. It requires going out and seeking out those people who know more than you do, right, and having them train you and give you their experience. But then it requires you going out and practicing those skills all of the time. Now, in saying that, does that mean that I am the most amazing motorcyclist that the world has ever seen? Absolutely not. I have so much more to learn. But what I think being older gives you is that perspective, right? That there is always more to learn. You can always improve, even at 60 years old or 70 years old. You can always push yourself. You can always learn more. Right? You can always gain more experience and more good quality experience. It doesn't end just because you get older. In fact, I would propose to you that it is even more important as we get older that we keep honing our skills, because our strength is going to decrease, our balance is going to decrease, right? Our endurance is going to decrease, our flexibility, all is going to decrease as we get older, no matter what we do to try to slow down that process. So staying trained and staying up on your skills is extremely important for we older guys. Believe me, I know.